All right. So peace and love to the beautiful souls. Gratitude to have you out here. Tonight, I just wanted to have this Zoom to talk about this new moon, this solar eclipse energy. And of course, I love to talk about things from an interpersonal level. So I want to just give you a deeper perspective into how these energies could be influencing you now, especially dealing with your personal life, where you are mentally, emotionally, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. It's kind of what these times are about, dealing with our emotional well-being, our mental well-being. Libra rules the kidneys. All right. So this new moon will be about the energies connected to that. Also, the Aries energy that is present with the North Node. All right. And it said, when we are dealing with this, the energy of our kidneys, it is the energy of our ancestors. All right. And that is the representation of the waters of our body because the waters are libations. All right. And when you deal with the waters, of course, this is why a lot of ancient civilizations, or I would say ancient practices, especially African practices, they always give libation to the ancestors, right? We ask permission, things like that, opening up the way. All right. So this is our connection to memory. Water is memory. When you deal with what is responsible for keeping your body alkaline or acidic, all right, this is going to be the responsibility of your kidneys. All right. So our emotions, our hormones, how our emotions emote, right? All the different aspects of what we can feel. Now, this is going to equate to emotional eating. When you deal with inflammation of the body, anytime we deal with something inflamed, this is going to deal with cellular activity. So, literally, your cells can be on fire when you deal with inflammation. All right. Now, a lot of people say it ran in my family when it deals with diabetes, high blood pressure, all these different things, right? Now, what I like to say is diseases aren't hereditary, they're dietary, right? And what we eat has been handed down. The way we deal with our emotions has been handed down. The way we deal with conflict a lot of time has been handed down. So a lot of time we've been given a lot of different dynamics of, I would say, how to deal with our internal workings, not even aware of how other people have influenced that, right? And then we get into an older aspect, we start realizing that, maybe there are some things that are imbalanced here. And some of these relationships that you may have deemed that you love with people, mothers, father, sister, right? Family dynamics. These are the polarities that are playing out with Aries and Libra. Aries rules the head, Libra rules the kidneys. Now you're dealing with blood circulation. But Aries also is ruled by Mars. Mars is all about the self, the I am. Mars is the planet or the god of war, right? Now, this is why they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus, per se. Venus rules the left side of the brain. Mars has a lot to do with the aspect of Venus and Mercury because Mars can be how you yield your thoughts about yourself. The relationship between the first and the seventh house deals with an opposition in what we know as astrology. An opposition deals with two signs being 180 degrees apart. By those being two different houses, Aries being the house of the self, Libra being the house of relationships, finances, right? How you deal with outside things. You don't you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Libra rules the judicial system. It rules the lawyers in court. All right. It's all about fairness, justice, reciprocity, truth, honor, harmony, balance, all that good stuff, right? Now, that's why people say Libra energy with people please, because a lot of times you will do things out of an unfair act to yourself to make sure everybody else is happy or to make sure that everybody else flows or whatever the case may be. So this is why Libra a lot of times can be very self sacrificial. Now, since we all have Libra in our charts, even if you do not have anything in your seventh house, you still have kidneys. You still have Venus in your chart. Wherever Venus goes, if you don't have any Libra placements, that means you're going to be dealing with the aspects of wherever your Venus placement will fall. And that's how you would know how Libra would play out in your life. But when you bring in the aspects of your individuality, how every relationship that you had has kind of molded you. Every relationship that you had has kind of added to the person that you are, right? So all these relationships right? What have they left you with?
You got some water,
Right.
baby? You need me to
So
refresh your
have they
water?
left you with an aspect of you not knowing yourself? Have they left you with an aspect of you not being aware of yourself? Have they left you with a lot of bitterness, right? The relationship, and this can be not just about the people that you've been intimate with. This can be a lot about the people that you have interacted with, even in the aspect of the associations at work, right? Now, depending on where your Libra placements are on your birth chart, it can be very indicative of why you deal with relationship issues the way you deal with them. This is why Venus can rule your love language. All right. So I'll be getting a lot into that. So this is why you'll see around these times that we'll be dealing with a lot around relationship dynamics, especially when it comes to the areas of if you know a lot of people watch the celebrities. So you've been seeing a lot of breakups and a lot of things going on and toxic situations or whatever the case may be, but they've been playing it out in the public. This is why they are celebrities. They play out different energy centers, and we can be aware of them. Just depends on how you, I would say, reflect on them. A lot of people identify too heavy with these celebrity things, and you miss what it could be teaching you. All right. Because wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. And you don't just pay attention to things in this reality by circumstance, even if you're not aware of why you look at things the way you look at them. But if you start to look at things from a different place for observation and not with so much emotional entanglement, this can allow you to see things more clearly. So, it's a beautiful time to be alive, really, because it's a beautiful time for us to be able to think for ourselves. All right. So I want to go ahead and get into this PDF, but I want to let y'all know the stage has kind of been set. Even if you are looking at the news and what's playing out, right? Pluto is anytime you want to look at a sign of the times, all right, this would be Pluto. Okay. Pluto is always a sign of the times. And whenever you see Pluto, you're always going to see generational things. Whenever you deal with outer planets, all right, these planets are what's that? Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, right? These outer planets deal with generational aspects. So when these planets begin to come into play, especially for us on a humanity level, it is a beautiful time for us to look at some things from a deeper perspective. And Pluto for you as an individual level, it is that energy of I love to use the SpongeBob scenario. Pluto is that energy you ain't been wanting to be on your job, but you've been showing up every day. You haven't been wanting to really continue your relationship, but you stay committed and you keep laying down to this person every night, right? So these different aspects of when Pluto begin to make choices for you and decisions for you, right? And I know we have the beloved Diamond in the house, and I want everybody in a few minutes to wish the beloved Diamond a happy birthday. She was beautiful enough to join us on her solar return, all right? And I know that she's very into being herself and into her own world, but I wanted to acknowledge the beloved Diamond that is in the building. All right, the beloved mother of Aquarius Maximus, Cardology Queen. All right, so y'all make sure y'all put something in the chat to wish the beloved Diamond a happy birthday. All right, happy solar return, beloved to you. Now, indicative of Libra season, we got to have a big Libra energy in the building. All right. So when you understand Libra, right? And I know I got my boy Stacktober in the building as well. You know what I'm saying? But when you deal with Libra energy, Libra is a lot of finances and justice and the polarities of Aries and Libra. And I know a lot of y'all have probably heard me speak on this. No justice, no peace. Right? Where there is no love, there will be war. The opposite of love is war. This is Aries and Libra, your first and your seventh house. So this is why Mars can be all about, the things that bring conflict in your relationship. This is why if I were to do a compatibility reading on people in relationships, when I do them and I see any type of Mars squaring or Mars opposition, I can tell you about why you would experience certain conflicts in your relationship. It's just a natural consequence of the Mars energy. Now, I love to tell people these planets are just influences. You have your own free will. A lot of astrologers would disagree with that. Tell you straight up. I I'm too big on understanding the human possibilities for me to take away the power of free will, because I watch people push even the chart back. Now, even when you talk about how people must be willingly committed to something, especially when it comes to a relationship, right? So, how many of us are willingly in a relationship because we want to be, or just out of a need or a lack, right? Or a want or a desire? Now, it ain't saying that we all should be very mindful of what it is we want or need out of a relationship. That's very huge for the dynamics and how you set the stage of a relationship. But when you reach a certain place of you being the love that you've been seeking, you will realize that all that seeking love was you seeking freedom. This is the ultimate epitome of Aries. All the love that we've been seeking has been an aspect of us seeking, wanting to be free, wanting to be free to love, wanting to be free to be ourselves, wanting to be free to trust ourselves, wanting to be free to go about things with more courage, more vitality, more fortitude, right? So you see how Aries is all about moving and forwardness, and you know what I'm saying? And right now Mars is in Cancer, it's square a lot of these things that are happening. All right. So that energy is going to create some tension between the emotions, right, and what you want and what it is you feel you should be doing. All right. And that can also bring some issues with mothers and children. All right. You can watch grandparents going through things with children. There can be a lot of different dynamics that can be at play. And then also with the Mars and Cancer and the square, what's going on in the South Node, which is Libra, could be very indicative of what we're watching with the port shutting down. All right. Cancer ruling the waters, dealing with the ports, you're dealing with the mother, the mitochondrial DNA, Mars, the planet of war, Libra, the planet of justice, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, which deals with the social system and it's in a critical degree, and it's going to go back into Pluto and Aquarius. So now you're dealing with angry people, and they want to let everybody know how they feeling. If anybody's seen those videos of those men from the ports that have been talking, those men were really making you feel their anger. And one of those men actually said that he understands the power that they have to cripple America. All right. So I really want y'all to understand how these planetary influences at play, and how even though we're watching them play out in the cosmos, they're still playing out in your everyday life. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into this PDF. All of you should have the PDF, unless you join late. Then if you join late, then you will be able to get the PDF once the Zoom is over. All right. So I want to make sure everybody can see my screen. All right. Let me turn this way. All right. Now, can y'all see my screen? Just put a one in the chat or something for me if y'all can see my screen. Just want to make sure. All right. Now, when you harmony and balance is what we're dealing with this new moon in Libra. All right. And the new moon in Libra on October the 2nd is going to be accompanied by the solar eclipse, creating a potent potential for change, reflection, and balance. Eclipses are known for their intense energy and ability to usher in significant transformations. And when paired with the new moon, the focus on the new beginnings and releasing old patterns that no longer serve our highest good. Libra, an earth sign ruled by Venus, represents harmony, relationships, beauty, justice, balance. With this new moon and solar eclipse taking place in Libra, there is a strong emphasis on redefining our partnerships, reassessing our sense of fairness and justice, and creating an equilibrium within ourselves and our relationships. What I've learned is this through my experiences, because I'm very relationship driven. I've been in multiple long-term relationships, right? What I've learned there is relationships are all about loving somebody else to the point to where their well-being is more important than your own. And a lot of times it can feel like we're sacrificing ourselves for somebody else. And through those lessons, you become more fortified in your capacity to give and receive love without having all these walls up, right? So actually being committed to somebody else's well-being is the ultimate, the epitome of love. Now, when it comes to the emphasis on the harmony and the balance and the reciprocity, right? Is every relationship in your life been reciprocal? Do you feel like you've always gotten what you deserve out of a relationship? Right now, when we kind of look at this from a deeper aspect, these become the matters of the heart because the condemnation that can come with that. How many people are you holding on to that you mad at, that you upset with? How many people have made you feel some type of way? Like I love to say, how long have you been saying yes with your lips and no with your heart? I asked a question in the Zoom that was Sunday night because I had a paid Zoom that was Sunday night, which was we spent about 3 hours together. And I talked about some of these things, but we went a lot more deeper, which I'll still be going a little deep with y'all tonight. But in the last Zoom, we talked about, I asked, at what age can you remember that you start saying yes with your lips and no with your heart? Like, at what age can you remember when you start operating in the sense of being disconnected from what you really wanted to do or who you really wanted to be? Are you still that same person that from the first thing you ever said you wanted to be when you grow up? Now, who were you before that? Before somebody asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right? See, all these are psychological thought forms that begin to be impressed upon us, and we begin to live up to somebody else's expectations of who we're supposed to be. This is Aries energy. Now, Libra began to attract whatever you are, not what you think you are, right? So these energies of these, what's at play, the relationships that you have now, what I'm getting to is are going to be very indicative of the relationship that you have with your goddamn self. What I've also learned is redefining what intimacy means for you is very indicative. I'm in the Pluto and Libra generation. So if you're in a Pluto and Libra generation, you should be feeling what I'm saying. Because a lot of times we've been taught with this to fight for all the wrong shit. See, this is why we had to come back for something. Because maybe our parents, right, dealing with the Pluto and Virgo generation was so analytical, so overly critical, so judgmental, right? So wanting to be of service to where we watched that shit and where they were so in fear, right, of not having something, that lack mentality. Now we adopted that as we watched them. Like me, for instance, I watched my mother go through a lot of things in relationships with a lot of men, which made me want to be the man that my mother never had. I didn't know that I was wanting to be this. These are just realizations that I had along the way of my internal healing. How much of a man I was trying to be because I was trying to be every man that my mama didn't have. So this is why you watch a lot of young men grow up and I'm gonna make sure my mama good, buy my mama a house, do all these different things. And now we struggle with connecting with women in our relationships, right? And now our mother plays a huge part in our relationships. Now a woman get with us and she don't know if she in a relationship with you or your mama, right? And then on the flip side, she don't know if she in a relationship with another child. Now she got to mother you. You don't even know when to be emotional, how to be emotional, because being emotional was never taught to you. So on the opposite side, a lot of women were, it's just the same, will tell you how deep it goes on a psychological level. Because when you deal with this from a childlike aspect, boys, right? Don't cry. Get your ass up. Fight, right? And you don't help him out. Make him get up on his own, right? Catch a little girl climbing a tree. You tell her, girls don't do that. When all we were doing was wanting to express something. The little girl just wanted to express whatever aspect of what we know as masculinity, right? By climbing a tree, running with her brothers, running with her friends. You know what I'm saying? But now she's been told girls are not supposed to do that. The little boy has been told boys are not supposed to do certain things, right? Now this equates to me having to identify with something. So these are also going to be very indicative of your Mars energy, your Mars yours. How or what puts you at conflict or who puts you at conflict with yourself? Your Mars placement in astrology, for all of you that are aware of your birth chart placements, your Mars placement is the things that can also piss you off, right? These are the traits of other people that can piss you off. I'm gonna just tell you that's how it goes. Like my Mars is in Taurus, right? So when people are being lazy and procrastinating and doing Tari and shit, it pisses me off. When I'm doing Tari and lower vibrational so-called shit, it pisses me off. The shadow side of Taurus. Oh, but I love when I'm innovative and I'm going about my values and I know who I am and I'm very focused and grounded in this activity. You get what I'm saying? So I always speak to the polarities of things because it's not always about how you perceive it, about how you are living it. How are you being it? So Mars is like, how are you just being you? What is putting you at war with yourself? Who started this conflict? This how deep Mars wants to go. Now we got Mars in Cancer. That's gonna be connected to your mother, the womb. How deep does your mother wounds go? How deep does your curl, your compassion, your nurturing, your lack of it, right, from your mother go? How much are you becoming? How much have you become codependent on something? All right. I just want to tap into that because redefining intimacy is huge. Because for a lot of people, this is just as simple as me saying, you know how you can see somebody, then you ain't saw them in a while, they be like, "Where my hug?" Right? You like, damn. Like sometimes people don't understand how intimate just a hug is, a handshake is. I'm not talking about penetration. I'm talking about a level of you being present, you knowing that your presence, your time, your energy is an intimate exchange. You being on this Zoom call is an intimate exchange. You being silent while I speak is a very intimate exchange. And I appreciate that. I'm present for that. I'm very mindful of my words because of that, because I care about how people feel. Now that don't get in the way of me delivering this message. Okay. All right. So I appreciate you all for being here once again. Okay. Now, connection to the immune system. Did somebody have a question? All right. Connection to the immune system to assure that we have a balanced throat chakra because this energy is going to be very influential on the throat chakra. And the reason why is because this time of the year deals with what we know as the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nerves. I got more heavy into this in the Zoom call on Sunday, the paid one, and that recording is available for anybody who wants to purchase the recording. All right. So if you want to purchase the recording, make sure you hit me up. Or you can just go to the website or inbox me, and I will make sure that you can get that recording from Sunday. All right, because we went into a lot about the deeper aspects of what this can be connected to. The Vitashuddhi is what we know as the throat chakra, and this is the Sanskrit name of it. Now, the throat chakra is very imperative, so we are going to highlight, some of the aspects of the Vitashuddhi and the role it plays in regulating the immune system, primarily through its influence of the thymus gland. Right, this is part of the lymphatic system and located right above the heart. I want y'all to say that one more time. It is part of the lymphatic system and located right above the heart. The thymus gland is responsible for maturation of T cells and the type of white blood cells that are critical or crucial for adaptive immunity when the Vitashuddhi chakra is in balance, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, T cells, I love to say, imagine your body, your immune system is like the services that we have, right? The armed services, the military. One branch is air, one branch is land, one branch is water, right? Your T cells are connected to antihistamines, which is known as also called interferons. This is why they wanted to stick that thing and swab up your nose to test you for COVID. They were testing their interferons, all right? This is connected to the thymus and the thyroid via the vagus nerve, okay? This connection has a lot to do with how your land, your sea, your air, and your waters connect. Now, the first place of activation for any code is going to be where? In the nose and the throat. Why? Because they're the first air passages, right? Breathing in through your nose, right? You have filters, you got hairs in your nose, you breathe in through your mouth, you don't have any filter. It just goes directly to the mouth. Now it goes directly to the throat, all the way down. Now it's directly in the gut. This is why breathing automatically, when we're in certain environments and you feel like it's not right, you close your mouth. You ain't even gotta, you just, it's just a simple act of your body. You ain't a lot of times you're not even aware of you doing it. Or somebody, your mama used to tell you with little, close your mouth. Don't, and you You breathing in real slow through your nose because your nose can protect you, right? Now, this is also very indicative of how our immune system can be weakened. A lot of us don't breathe through our nose enough. A lot of us keep our mouths open a lot, that lack breathing, short breathing, the chest breathing. So this is going to keep the vagus nerve always overactive. This is going to be the very root cause of a lot of people's high blood pressure. A lot of high blood pressure is simple tension, posture, simple not breathing deeply enough, not regulating the heart rate good enough. I've helped people correct heart like blood pressure with just simple breathing techniques and eating like simple foods and no medication, no herbs, no nothing. Just tell them to breathe, take some deep breaths, catch yourself, erect your spine, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for about 4 seconds. Breathe out through your mouth. Do that much as you can throughout the day. Eat you some green leafy foods. Drink you a bunch of water. Drink some coconut water. And I promise you, if you do that religiously, like you might watch TV or something, like I promise you, you'll be able to help out your system a lot. All right. Because when you're dealing with these imbalances, now when the air is compromised, the first thing that it goes to is what? The waters. This is why the next time you do is start to cough, all right, or you start to sneeze. Something wants to run out. Your body start put. This is how your immune system works. These T cells are what's communicating. T1, T2, T3, T4s. All right. So as they communicate, now your body's like, okay, oh shit, something in the body, right? Boom, go get the Air Force. Come in. Interferons coming in, T cells coming in, attacking that shit, right? Now, if something get past it, now it's broken your mucous membrane. Guess what? Now it's the made land. Now you got a fever. Now you got body aches. You see how I just you felt it coming on. I think I'm finna get sick. My nose running, throat hurting. Boom. Before you know it, oh, I'm sick. Can't eat. It's in my stomach, my waters. Oh, now my body aching. Ain't that how the flu set on? Ain't that what happens? Because the kidneys, hormones, mineral deficiencies. They'll tell you all type of other shit. And a lot of times it's stress, eating all these carcinogenic foods, the meats, the lack of nutrients, the lack of good carbohydrates, the lack of good fiber, the lack of good microbiome in the gut. All right. Because that is very heavily connected to the vagus nerve, and what you eat becomes you. Okay. And this is very huge on how we get information because at that point, something is going to be in dis-ease. All right. So when you're dealing with the power of the
Okay.
throat chakra and the power of who you are and why you are moving in the energy that you're moving in, it is very indicative of the power of you being able to find yourself in a place of staying rooted and grounded in this reality. All right. So this is how we begin to open up neuropathic pathways as well. All right. I'm about to go back to the sharing of the screen, beautiful souls. Give me 1 second here. All right. So this is also how we deal with neuropathic pathways in the body and also in the brain, because this is the gut and the brain coherence that people talk about. All right. Now, this is a lot of what we got into in the Zoom on Sunday once again. So in that one, I did a lot about the vagus nerve. And if you've been seeing me post, you'll see me post about a lot of things on the vagus nerve. Now, regulating the immune system, primarily through the thymus gland. Now, the thymus gland is also, remember, connected to the heart. So if the thymus gland is off, a lot of times this is going to be the heart palpitations. This is why a lot of time when you deal heart palpitations, if you go and get your blood work done, your T cell counts or T4s are likely going to be spiked. All right, very indicative of heart problems. And as you can see, all right, because when it's blocked, or when you're dealing with an imbalance, Vitashuddhi, throat chakra, these functions efficiently ensuring the immune system that can effectively recognize and combat pathogens, right? And you know, pathogens are basically bacteria, okay? Communication between the nervous system and the immune system and the cells optimized, promoting a balanced immune response and prevents autoimmunity, and hypersensitivity. The purification aspect of the Vidishuddhi chakra ensures that toxins and waste are adequately eliminated from the body, reducing the likelihood of chronic inflammation and infections. A healthy throat chakra is a healthy body, period. Like I mean, it just don't. So when I say, how long have you been saying yes with your lips and no with your heart? When I ask you, how how often do you really speak up for yourself? Right? When this thing becomes a real reality, how much conflict have you left yourself with based off other people's needs or desires or thoughts of you? How honest and authentic are you with everything in your life right now, in your relationships? Maybe it's not the people in your relationships in your life. Maybe it's you that needs to have a conversation with your damn self first, so you can show up more authentic for you. Now that means you might have to tell some people some honest and hard truths, and they might not like what they're hearing. It might not feel good for you to say these things, but on the other side of, you know how when you say how you feel and you finally get that shit off your chest, you know how when somebody dies, right? And you know, oh man, my mama died. I cried so much, you know, on my throat. You know how your throat, your face, and but when you get all that shit out, you know how you feel so good when you get the words out and you just want to talk to somebody. I just had to say it to somebody. Now you see why we can trauma bond. Now you see why it's so easily for us to seek having conversation with people. Now you see why people can be healing. Now you see why you never healed alone. This is why I tell people, every relationship that you ever experienced, people, you got a lot of soulmates. If you redefine what intimacy means for yourself, and if you drop what you like or don't like about the goddamn person, you'll truly see this person showed me a lot about me. Thank you. You might be bitter, whatever the case may be. I'm just telling you to choose to be better and not bitter. That's a choice. All right. So, in contrast to blocked Vidishuddhi chakra can manifest frequent throat infections, thyroid dysfunctions, and autoimmune conditions, reflecting the energetic disruption impact on immunity. All right. And as you can see, how it's connected and look like a butterfly, right? And you see how it's around that and how it balances the larynx and the trachea and the thyroid gland. All right. And this is what you're dealing with from the thyroid in the back of the neck and the front of the neck, because when you're dealing with this energy, it's going to add to the hormonal balance. And this is where we get this involvement of the planetary influence that adds complex and depth spiritual meaning on this eclipse. Understanding how these energies interweave can give you a comprehensive view of the effects on the humanity and the throat chakra and the immune system and the physical health related to the kidneys and the hormonal balance. All right. Now, these are the influence that's kind of at play. I just want to break them down just a little bit. All right. The new moon in Cancer, well, the new moon in Libra, my bad. And solar eclipse in Libra will bring the new moon to signify new beginnings, while solar eclipse signifies this energy, making it a powerful time for setting intentions and manifesting new paths in life, especially relating to relationships, social interactions, and balance. Now, I tell a lot of people during my readings, especially if you get one right now, whatever job, whatever endeavor you're talking about going into, right? This is going to be probably a soul mission. The job that you take on now is going to be it's going to be up and stuck with this job. If any of you have just gotten a new job or about to start one, this job is a job of destiny, probably. All right. Right now. You're going to start a lot of things, that the relationships, whatever you're ending, new beginnings, all these things going to feel like it was just meant to happen. But the challenge is going to be for you not to get lost in it. It's not about you losing yourself in anything anymore. It's just about you being present to receive it for however long it lasts, right? This is receptivity. It's going to have a lot to do with the Mars and Cancer square the new moon, because this is going to create the tension and emotional validity of, as Mars is associated with assertiveness and drive, while Cancer relates to emotional sensitivity and protection. This square indicates potential conflicts and emotional upheaval, challenging us to assert ourselves in relationships while maintaining emotional integrity. Maintaining the emotional integrity. This ain't about somebody else's emotions. That's the shit that Cancer could be messing with you about. Because Cancer is the mirror. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Mars is like the total opposite. It ain't got time to feel. It just got time to just do and be, right? Now, when you deal with these aspects of emotional integrity, telling people how you truly feel, and also honoring the fact that what I'm going to say is going to affect you and how you feel. So I got to be more mindful of what the shit that's going to come out of my mouth. Now, this is only going to be in an aspect of somebody that I care about. Counsel ain't going to give a damn about you if they don't care about you, right? Now, if you give a counsel a reason to care, they're going to show a lot of empathy. It's a sign of empathy, right? But that also energy of counsel deals with the fresh water. It deals with where we got our nurturing from our mothers and the lack of it from our mothers, right? Now, what nurturing do you need to give yourself that you've been giving to everybody else? This is the square. This is the upheaval. How is the emotional integrity going, even around motherhood? I mean, how many of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of beautiful mothers, and they are experiencing a difficult time right now with going through things with their children. But it's basically because they're going through their own things internally. It has nothing to do with the children. I always say your children are your shadow work, and your moon sign is very indicative of that. Your moon sign is your connection to your mother. Your children's moon sign is their connection to you. I don't know what shadow work you need to be doing. Your children's sun sign is where they kind of light you up, and it's their connection to their father. Both of those energies are very indicative of why you had the energetic expression that you know is your child. It's more than just your child. It really don't belong to you. Just like you didn't just belong to your mama. You came through your mama, but you don't belong to your mama. Hell, you don't even belong to you. Your body is on borrowed time. See, these are the realizations. Now, Libra placements are very tricky. If I see certain Libra placements, I can almost tell if you can die in your sleep or somebody that you know have died in your sleep. Because I have Pluto and Libra, my moon is in Scorpio in the 11th house, and I have Uranus in Scorpio and it's square my moon. My mother died in her sleep, and it was a weird ass way, and it was based off of her smoking cigarettes. It was heart disease, cigarette smoking, obesity, right? So it was my mother's habits that basically killed her. See, this is something that you got to be accepting of and aware of so you can know what not to get yourself caught in. Because I can easily get caught up in addictions. I was on third when my mother died. I almost died after she died. I needed 13 bags of potassium. I went to drinking syrup so hard. My whole body damn near shut down on me. I almost went down the same path she did. You see? So we got to be very mindful of these generational aspects and how they playing out right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this Mars energy and this Cancer energy is going to bring up a lot of the connection from the home. A lot of people could be moving home, not wanting to move home. A lot of people are going to be dealing with displacement, a lot of things right now, financial issues around this Libra energy. But this eclipse is going to bring a lot of more financial reprieve. A lot of things are about to open up financially, especially for people who've been feeling restricted, but you still been staying the path. You've been staying diligent. You ain't embracing that lack mindset. A lot of things have forced you out of survival into thriving, and it's made you create more instead of focusing on what you don't have less of and what you can create more of. Now you're going to see a lot more of the fruits from your labor. The doors are about to open up for the people who've been putting in their work. It's just the way the cosmos works. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just telling you what's going on in the stars. All right. For those people who are still stuck in lack in their mindset, you're still going to be experiencing all the shit you don't like. These are the conflicts of your feelings, your emotions. Cancer rules how you feel. This is why Mars and Cancer would create that emotional tension. And also, it's going to be about you maintaining that emotional integrity in your relationships. But I always tell people, Libra, Aries, the longest relationship you're going to have in this life is with your goddamn self. You're not going to be with anybody longer than that. All right. The South Node in Libra. This is why South Node activity. Your South Node in your birth chart is very indicative of your past life experiences. It's also very influential on the comfort zones that you would seek in this life. Okay. These comfort zones are going to be about these patterns because when you're not going into the North Node, you're going back into the South Node. Now, the influence for this is going to be upon how when you're not doing things for yourself, When you're not willing to do things alone, because you're so used to doing it with somebody else, this Aries, Libra, South, and North Node is going to be pulling you back into these karmic cycles and patterns of past behaviors that you need to release. While the North Node points towards growth, future potential, with the South Node in Libra, there is a need to let go of people pleasing tendencies, codependency, and peacekeeping. Superficial peacekeeping. Superficial peacekeeping. Oh, I'm keeping the peace because I don't even want to have no conversation. I'm keeping the peace because I just blocked them. Oh, we in social media, people can block motherfuckers real quick, right? I'm keeping the peace because I'm just, it ain't even worth my time, ain't even worth my energy. But you steady having this conversation. You even had to put the energy into it to block them. Now you got to keep the energy into it too. Keep blocking them. Now guess what's gonna happen? Other people finna start coming to you and telling you what they got going on. I'm telling you how energy works. And you thought you was blocking some shit. All you did was make it grow. All you did was amplify superficial peacekeeping. You better say the shit that needs to be said. Say it with your goddamn chest. Because at the core of you having any type of conflict with anybody is going to be love there. This is the harmony that we've forgotten about. Ain't nobody that you don't love going to have any effect on your emotions. And the codependent tendencies are going to be directly reflective of how you can also be narcissistic at times. Every codependent needs a narcissist, and every narcissist needs a codependent. So if you have attracted a lot of narcissists in your life, you need to be asking yourself, what is your codependencies? And ask yourself, where have you been forcing people to give a damn by how you feel? That's narcissistic as fuck. I don't think people understand how narcissistic it is to try to impose how you feel on somebody else. But guess what? We're in a world where that's normal. Oh, you just made somebody feel some type of way. Now you're running on eggshells and you don't know how to be yourself because you're constantly trying to be a good goddamn person. All that's learned behavior. We ain't here for that no more. If you watch the generations that have come right now, Pluto and Scorpio, Pluto and Sagittarius, Pluto and Capricorn, even some of these young Pluto and Aquarian generations that popped up on the last year or two, these little children are so advanced, they came back to reparent themselves. They don't even, they're shit, they be telling you to go outside. I'm good, mom. You be like, what you mean you good? I'm good, I don't need you. I don't need your overbearing. I don't need your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. I need you to show me what thriving looks like. So people talk about breaking generational curses when we just breaking generational behavior patterns and eating habits. Shit is simple when you think about it. All right. But that's going to be very indicative of the way you think. This is why your Bible tells you, be ye renewed of your mind. That's the only thing you can change. That's why the Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Pisces is very indicative, and it calls for introspection and resurrecting or restructuring of our boundaries, responsibilities, and limitations. I'm gonna stop right there for a second because I think, well, I know when we deal with restructuring our boundaries, a lot of people think boundaries are designed to keep people out. Actually, your boundaries are designed to keep you in somewhere. So these boundaries, are they really helping you? Now, I want you to really understand what I'm saying. Because when you deal with you having to set certain boundaries. I said this probably 2 Zooms ago. I think we were on the sacral chakra. Because you have a physical body and because you came in through the vessel of your mother, because you came in through a womb and you had to accumulate what you know is your physical essence, you automatically have boundaries. Your life force energy wants to be boundless. This is why nothing is ever enough for people. Because a part of you, when you operate in boundaries, you're limiting yourself. Now, the ultimate boundaries that we can set are energetic in this life. I'm going to say that one more time. The ultimate boundaries that we can set are energetic in this life. That means you ain't got to say a lot of shit. All you got to do is stand on business. All you got to do is stand on it. A lot of times you talking about it leaves room for you to be subjugated to it. I just think a lot of people get hit right in their goddamn chin while they talking. You understand what I'm saying? You talking about fighting, and before you know it, somebody hits you in your motherfucking face and tell you to fight on. The same thing when you say you want to heal, life hits you in the face and the healing is on, right? So you got to be very mindful when you say you setting boundaries. because you never know who or what's going to fall away in the process, because something needs to come tumbling down so you can embrace the boundless aspects of your life force energy. So when it comes to the boundaries of your restrictions of your neighborhood, who raised you, your parents, Saturn, generational, how you grew up, the restrictions around that, when you were told what you can do and what you couldn't do, how you were judged, when you feel like what you did wasn't good enough for people. Who are those people in your life? Neptune, the people that created delusions for you, the people who you went to and you thought was gonna be there for you forever and they weren't there. The people who you went to and you went to them and it was just water when you got to them. Now this equates to how you got trust issues. Who are the people that you always see the good or the God in, and you always miss what's really there because you haven't learned the power of your discernment and how to look through muddy water and spot the dry goddamn land. You want to see everything and everybody for what you want them to be instead of who they are. These are the mysticisms of Neptune that can open you up to the many spiritual possibilities. But if you're limited in your perspective, if you're limited because of what you think and what you believe, you're never going to see the power of the reality of what's in front of you. This is also going to be a ultimate power of what have I not laid down so I can create the future that I want. It's an opportunity for you to go back and look and say, what do I need to be more focused on, more structured in, so I can create the reality that I want? It might be a fantasy, it might be far out there, it might be a vision so vast, so wide, so tremendous that you might not even be sure if it's going to happen. But once you give it to the universe, once you trust it, once you surrender, and once you allow your heart to be free, your mind will take a back seat and you will begin to create the life that you dream of. This is the opportunity that we have. But if you're feeding all these distractions, it ain't gonna happen. Because you're not doing what you want to do. You're feeling like you're doing what you gotta do. You just went into another state of survival and you were forced there because you didn't have a strong spiritual foundation. Now, this is why Jupiter and Gemini is very and like very powerful when it comes to expanding the energy of the mind. Gemini brings heightened curiosity, communication, mental activity. This transit encourages us to explore new perspectives, share our ideas, and learn from others. However, it may also create mental restlessness or feeling of over being overwhelmed. Because when you put Jupiter with anything, it just makes it big. If thinking big was the placement, you think it's small, bitch. You should be thinking big was the placement. This is it. This, if it was ever time to be thinking big, this is it. But if you don't trust your own thought forms, if you don't trust what you gather, if you don't trust your goddamn self, Gemini, you don't trust your twin, you don't trust your mind, because it's so chaotic, it scares you, because you ain't got no control over it, because you ain't willing to change your perspective and you ain't expanded your mind's energy, and it contracts on you every time you think about something new. You don't want to see it that way, you don't want to believe it that way. When the truth is presented to you, now you sitting there with cognitive dissonance and shit. I know we all got a lot of relatives, a lot of people that are we sit around us and we watch them deal with the same energy. Don't let that be you. Let this transit allow you to explore new perspectives, share some ideas, right? Get into your own mental thought forms. Understand why you think the way you think. All right, get to the depths of your shit. Learn your Mercury sign. Learn your Gemini energy. Where is your Gemini? What is in your third house? Right? Are you a Gemini? Where is your sun sign in Gemini? Right? What is it that you're here to express? What is your North Node? All these things are what your astrology and your cardology, your cards, your destiny card, all these things can tell you these things about your life. All right. And now it still means that you're gonna have to act on some shit. You're gonna have to make it happen. So that's why you gotta take the wheel, and you are the wheel inside of the wheel. And that's why your individuality is your spirituality, and being your own individual allows you to show up more as yourself and make a true impact on humanity as we now look at the impact of the eclipse on humanity. All right. The solar eclipse in Libra calling humanity to collectively reassess how we approach relationships, justice, and balance with the nodes in Libra and Aries. The collective lesson centers around releasing passive or codependent tendencies in relationships and stepping to our own personal power with assertiveness and clarity. On a social level, the eclipse can bring up themes of social justice. We watching that play out right now, right? Equality and the need for fair resolutions. Boy, if we ain't in them times, not just on TV, but in your home too. Some of this shit might need, especially in your mind and your heart. That's why I'm speaking. Because your external world is the direct reflection of your internal world. All right. As above, so below, as within, so without. There may be shifts in legal systems, partnerships, diplomatic relationships between nations, prompting a reevaluation of how balance and fairness are maintained. Why you think they picking the time now to do what they're doing? You witnessing them abusing this energy, all right? You witnessing them harness this energy. That's what they doing. I'm just telling you how you can do it for your goddamn self. Okay? Because what they doing, you could be doing on the interpersonal level with your finances, with your relationships, with your life. Because it's your life at the end of the day. All right. Now, on a personal level, the eclipse encourages us to reflect on relationship dynamics and whether they're in harmony or need restructuring. This is a time to set boundaries where necessary and cultivate partnerships that are mutually supportive and balanced. All right. And beyond the balance creates harmony, but you can't get up the ladder without balance. And when you begin to speak and say how you feel, you'll realize what I mean about energetic boundaries. People just won't try you. They won't call you, and you ain't got to be mad because people talking about you and then talking to you. That's a boundary. They don't know how to talk to you. They don't know how to come to you. So they gonna go to somebody else and talk about you. You think that's a bad thing when people do that? No, it's a boundary. They have a certain fear. They ain't got no nuts. I'm just tell you straight up. They're ready to talk about you. They're ready to talk to you, and they showing you who the fuck they are. All you got to do is believe them. That's all you got to do. All right. Now, the impact on the throat chakra and the immune system, because the throat chakra, the Vitashuti, is intimately connected to the themes of Libra and it governs communication, truth, and expression. The eclipse in Libra may bring up challenges and opportunities for healing around speaking our truth and establishing healthy boundaries in relationships. As the throat chakra is linked to the immune system, the eclipse may highlight imbalances of our self-expression on the body's response to stress, and particularly in the areas ruled by Libra, such as the kidneys and the hormones. All right. Now, this eclipse may prompt us to speak out about what is out of balance in our lives. It may make you speak out and address unresolved conflicts or finally express feelings where you were that you've been holding back. This can result in a throat-related issues such as sore throat, vocal strains, as the body's processing those energetic shifts. All right. This can impact the immune system by the throat chakra governs the immune system, of course, like we've been saying, and the lymphatic system and the thyroid gland. And when it's balanced, when it's imbalanced, it can lead to weakened immunity and our ability to express or release our emotions is compromised. This eclipse's energy may highlight underlying immune system issues, especially those linked to suppressed emotions or unspoken truths. Now, I don't know who got some shit they need to be getting off their chest or swinging their sword with, but it's a good time because, yeah. So, and especially when it comes to Libra now. It's gonna be the matters of relationships, jobs, and finances, and all type of shit. Whoring, you can't be whoring and healing out here, and all type of shit going on. Okay. Now, Libra's connection to the hormones and the kidney function. Libra rules the kidneys and the lower back issues, right? It's associated with balancing fluids in the body, detoxification, and maintaining homeostasis. During this eclipse, we may notice imbalances in these areas. Kidney health, all right? Libra influences on the kidneys means that the eclipse can bring attention to issues like water retention, urinary tract infections, lower back pain. It is crucial to hydrate, stay hydrated, and support kidney health during this time. All right, coconut water, um, some warm water with some lemon in it, dandelion, burdock, nettle. I have some herbs in here for y'all to also try as well. All right, and I also heard some that you can access with the Venus energy, dealing with the hormonal balance, because now you're dealing with the regulation, particularly estrogen in women. This has a lot to do with the menstrual cycle of the woman. And this is also why a lot of women start their cycles around new and full moon phases, a red and a white moon phase. All right. So this eclipse may heighten hormonal balances, imbalances, or reproductive health issues. It's a good time to focus on diet, stress management, and natural hormonal regulating herbs like red clover, maca root, and chaseberry. Be careful with the maca root. If you're not active, you will gain weight. Okay. So, of course, this is just a correlation to show you the ruling planets and how they kind of show up. As you see, Mars is ruling over Aries, and you see Jupiter here in the middle, and it deals with Sagittarius, the ancient ruler of Pisces. You see Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius, but also deals with Capricorn. But this is just for people, it's just another aspect to you to understand the connections as we get into the effects this can have on each sign. This is just a general aspect, so I would just say take whatever reflects, or I would say resonates with you. All right. Especially when it comes to the eclipse on the effect. Now, I went a lot more deeper in my last Zoom. So once again, you want to purchase that recording, make sure you hit me up and you can get that recording from the last Zoom. Now, Aries, it's a good time for you to focus on self-expression, release any tendencies to overcompromise. The key words for you to focus on is courage, self-assertion, and boundaries. Taurus, it's a good time to address health and daily routines. Release habits that hinder your well being. Keywords will be health, routine, and practicality. Gemini, it's a good time to review creative projects and romantic relationships. Express your unique talents. Keywords are creativity, passion, and authenticity. Cancer, it's a good time to evaluate home and family dynamics. Set boundaries where needed. Keywords will be nurturing, boundaries, and emotional balance. Leo, this will be about your communication to your thoughts. Communicate your thoughts clearly and confidently. Avoid people pleasing. Keywords, expression, clarity, and authentic voice. Virgo, assess financial relationships and self-worth. Release fear-based limitations. Keywords will be value, finances, abundance. Libra, this is a personal reset for Libras. Focus on self development, and authenticity. Keywords balance self identity and new beginnings. All right. Scorpio, release hidden fears of self sabotaging behaviors. Seek emotional renewal. Keywords of transformation, healing the intuition. Sagittarius, review relationships and social connections align with your true tribe. Keywords will be community, belonging, vision. Reevaluate your career, Capricorn, and your public life. Assert yourself confidently and in your profession. Keywords are authority, recognition, and success. Aquarius, seek new perspectives and expand your horizons. Release old beliefs. Keywords are expansion, learning, and freedom. Pisces, address shared resources and intimacy. Release control issues. Keywords are intimacy, empowerment, and emotional depth. All right. Now, here are some herbs, of course, for you to add to this time that you're in right now. That you're remember to do your research, see how your body. If you can take some of these herbs. The only one I'm gonna kind of see you with might have some issues with is macaroon, red clover, dandelion, parsley. All those are good for liver detox of kidney health, and also helping with the liver as well. Some good foods for you to incorporate: the leafy greens, the watermelon, cucumbers. All right, not the soy. All right, um, take away that soy. No, that's soy. All right. I meant to take that out. Now, the fish pose and other yoga poses that you can deal with. All right. These are some yoga poses that you can tap into. Of course, you see the cat pose. This pose right here is very relaxing for the nervous system, especially if you do some heavy breathing or work your body up, get to some deep breathing, like tire yourself out, and then just lay down and just relax. All right. And turn your palms up. All right. It might look like the head is just, but this is just talking about how the neck and the body just more erect. All right. The cat pose, of course, you should know that pose. And this, of course, this is for the kidney. This would be opening for the kidney and adrenal functions. Now, here's the opening of the way. This is a ritual for you to take with you, all right, for the new moon energy to help you harness some of these energies that are present, all right, if you choose to do so. Cleanse a space, use the solar sage or Palo Santo, set up an altar, right? Such as scales or flowers or a bowl of water, you know what I'm saying? Some type of symbol of scales, or it can be a symbol of time or something. You got an invocation here you can call on the energy of Libra, invoking Mayat, right? Tahuti, energy of God's wisdom and the goddess of balance and truth. All right. Tahuti and Thoth is the same energy. Mayat, of course, Kemetic Egyptian goddess. Meditation and those energies are dealing with Mercury and Venus. Mayat is going to be dealing with Venus and Libra. Tahuti or Thoth is going to be dealing with Mercury and Libra. I mean Mercury and Gemini and Virgo energy. All right. Now the meditation is going to be telling you to sit in a comfortable position, visualize a balanced scale in your place in your relationships, unresolved issues on each side. I like to tell people you are the shit separator. You are the Mayat in your life. Imagine you the equal sign in your life, and on the other side of each sign or each equation is the shit that you deal with from other people. You the one got to balance all this shit out. Now, this one is if you have any mala beads, you can count your malas as you do these. Your mala beads should have 108 malas on them. So you can use that hum for the throat chakra, chant it or chant that tone for 108 times to align and clear the throat chakra. You can do that under this new moon energy. All right. You can thank the energies once you're done. All right. Close your ritual. And then you get into those, you can navigate and transfer those energies in this new moon and solar eclipse of grace, creating more balance and harmony in your personal lives and collective lives. All right. So with that being said, I will open it up now for any questions. Anybody got any questions about what I just went over? I know it was a lot. Any realizations? Anybody want some clarity on some things? Or what did y'all think about what you just heard and what you just um, what you just got on?
I have a question, Sensei.
What's up?
So when you was talking about the T cells, the helper T cells, so back in 2019 when COVID hit, I had caught COVID, but you know how everybody was going with the jobs, they made us get the COVID vaccine. And that was my argument. I was like, okay, we learned in school about the helper T cells. You get a virus, it remembers it. You don't have to get no vaccine. It remembers it and it goes replicates itself and it attacks it. So I mean, they still wouldn't listen to me, but that's how the T cells work, right?
Yes, in a sense, but you got T3s and T4s, right?
Right.
So the T4s are more so created by the thyroid, right? Now, the kidneys kind of deal with the T3s, but these are going to be dealing with your pancreas, right? So when you get overactive T4s, this can bring too much pressure, stress on the heart. Now, what happens with COVID is they attack the T3s. That's why I can seem like it dehydrates you. Okay. Now, this is why the cinchona or the hydroxychloroquine is what they were using. But this is why a lot of times attacking the gut, vitamin C, more minerals, right? The IVs, these type of things help the COVID, right, aspects diminish. And also when you hit it with an antiviral, because now you don't want that to compromise the blood because of the lack of the compensation of the T4 cells. So it's just it gets real tricky when you get into those T cells, all right, because they are very indicative of kind of how your immune system communicates. So if one of those things imbalanced, then now you're gonna get what we know is that showing up as a cold or a virus. But the body lets you know exactly like what you said. So that's why a lot of times drinking those vitamin C's, the oranges, and that's why the ivermectin and the other things, the parasite, whatever the other medicine that they were using were way better than the actual protocol that they were giving out during COVID.
Sensei, what would you recommend? It's so funny we're talking about this. I ended up getting sick. I literally ended up getting bronchitis. So I've been sitting with the energetic connection to it all, which is a lot of heart issues, lungs, fear, and you kind of touched on that. Wherever there's, fear, there is not love. And what's really interesting is that I was sitting with this idea today. My North Node is in Leo, so that's interesting. And my South Node is Aquarius. So there's this trade-off of mind to heart, you know? And my mind, I feel, is way better than my heart. Only from the standpoint, like I'm just being honest and owning it. I felt like my mind was better than my heart. as it relates to living in this world, you know, not necessarily the experience of like, there is a hierarchy of heart and mind. It just seems like because there's so many programs and interventions going on, it would actually be better for me to listen to my mind. But, you know, I've been on a whole journey with that. So it's brought me to this point now where when, especially at the end, when you were talking about the lists of the different focuses for the different zodiacs during this time, it was just funny what you said about, you know, the Aquarius, like it's time for you to think differently, but then just the aspect of looking at the Leo part. So I'm saying all that to say, definitely in my backyard. Thank you so much. I love you much and appreciate you for that, and resonate with it 100%. And the question is, because you know, I rocks with the herbs. You know, I do them dry, capsulize them. You know, shoot them up with tea and stuff. What would you recommend right now for you know, just healing the heart? You know, if we were to like look at that connection, especially just, I mean, you've been on it with the vagus nerve, with just everything you've been doing period in this past month. I mean, you've really been on it as far as like in the body, these organs that you want to activate and bringing types of interconnectedness online for optimal healing. So if we were going to support it with herbs, what would you say at this point would really help support and increase that connectivity of healing the grief, you know, bridging gaps over to love and supporting the body at the same time? Thank you.
Oh, that was a deep one. You would take me that deep, right? Because it's beautiful because you just the matters of the heart, the condemnation. This is what is the time to drop. It is a time to accept and acknowledge the things that have happened to us, right? And find the beauty in them. That is a choice of the mind. So to have a strong mind is some beautiful shit, right? But to have an agile, a swift, and accepting mind, that is going to be the matters of the heart now. The heart and the brain are never not in coherence. So when it comes to that, of course, herbs like cloves, um, even hibiscus, right, with a little cinnamon, some chamomile, you know, a little slippery elm, right? Just that simple with some nettle. That simple combination with some hawthorn berry, all right, can help out with the heart and the blood flow. One of the main things is the deep breathing, the breathing in through the nose, right, dropping down past the chest, really filling up the stomach, mindful breathing, right? Spending some time out in nature before we actually, you know what I'm saying, get off into these cold times and all that good stuff, you know. So it is a beautiful time to kind of allow those negative ions. Then this time is they move with the Eastern culture, they call this time of the I'll think of the exact name in a second, but it deals with the feminine principle being activated, the body, right? So when you deal with the heart, this is like, where is the home? Home is where the heart is. Home is ruled by Cancer. The kitchen is ruled by Cancer, right? So the warmth of the kitchen, right? Warm foods is what you feed the heart. The soups, the lentils, you know what I'm saying? So it's the good amino acids, right? Get some stuff that feeds the blood. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Like get some stuff that make you feel homely and good. You know what I mean? Like some good chickpea chili soup or some shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
something deep with some cumin and some
Mm-hmm.
paprika, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? Like feed your body that. And like, yeah, you especially with because you already know how to be grounded and all that shit.
Yes.
Really,
That's
your body
literally
just
what it sounds. That's literally what it sounds
Mhm.
like you're telling me. It's
Yeah.
like your healing of your, and it's so funny you said the breathing thing, because when I did a body scan, my body was like, you can ask this question if you want to, but we told you you have breathing exercises to do. You have a whole nother way that you have to get in your body. And are you willing to change your mind? It was so interesting because my body literally went haywire, because it was like, oh, I feel this, I feel that. I went in my head, I did my concoctions, and I was like, let's go. I have never fucking thrown up aloe vera projectile. Like that shit isn't like I've never thrown up off my herbs or anything. My herbs was like, we don't got permission, my nigga. The body said you have to thug this one out. And I
No,
was
and that's
like,
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead. I was like, what the fuck?
No, you know what? Because nodes always activates, like eclipses activate nodes.
Mm.
By you having a north node in Leo and a south node in Aquarius, this is literally very, I'm talking about influential of you getting out of your head and into your heart.
Dead ass.
And whenever you deal with the North Node, it's unfamiliar territory. So for you to say what you said, it's proof of why I say your South Node is shit you've already mastered. Your North Node is shit you come in here to master. Your South Node being, I already mastered detachment. I already know how to mentally detach. I already know about all that shit. In this life, the heart is saying, but how do you feel though? Like all that sounds
Exactly.
good. You can have all this good and okay, you know all of this Aquarius, cool, but how you feel? And it's like, well, damn, I have no words. And the heart, like, aha. So if you have no words to express it, then who's in control of this heart? So this why the heart is the anahata. The last workshop I did was on the heart chakra, the anahata. And that's why the fortification of that is going to be very powerful when it comes to now moving up into the throat. Because to be up here, past the heart, comes a willingness. When you pass this chakra, because it's located 3/4 the way up your body, these higher chakras are now up. This is what we know as the people like to say it's masculine, but it's feminine. Because now you have to be more receptive here. You got to be more receptive with the shit that comes out of your mouth and the words that you speak and who you speak them to. You got to be more receptive with the third eye. You have to be more receptive with the crown. If you're not rooted in your feminine principles in this body, you're going to always be caught up in some type of delusions there. And this when the body will always struggle to maintain a higher vibration or to stay in that place, to be energetically inclined, to always say how you feel, to never let the anahata be struck. The heart chakra, the anahata is the unstruck. When the heart is no longer struck, it don't mean that you don't feel. It means that I've been through enough suffering. I've been through enough grief. I've been through enough sadness. I've been through enough heartbreak. I've been through enough of that to no longer identify with it. You see how I had to go back to a thought? Because the thought and the emotions have to be connected. They're never separate
Exactly.
from each other.
You know what, you're absolutely correct. You know, okay, this is my last point, and I'll say this because this is just hitting me. It's like what I have just come through recently is this, like I had to literally wipe all the slates clean of every story I had that I attached to an emotional sensation. I had to completely say that when I feel this feel, we can't actually say that this feeling means this, because we know that there's shit we don't know. There's things we just came through. So we can't actually capitulate none of that shit. So on one hand, the body loved that because it said, great, now we have a clear, plain slate to let the heart play so that we can now re-upload from the heart what these things mean. But then it's kind of like I did some fuck shit by being like, well, do I exactly have to, you know? It was like one of those like we just cleared everything out the mind. That nigga's not tripping. The ego is like playing in the heart. That nigga is fine. There's no racing thoughts. Nigga, it's great. What's the problem? And it's like that we needed that to get out of the way so we actually can get in life and play now. You think you're actually playing, you haven't even played yet. You
Yeah.
just been you've actually just been copacetic, my nigga, that's it. You actually haven't cracked this bitch open yet. And it's like, you know what I mean? Because it feels like, well, fuck the things that I've already been through. It's like, damn, is that not enough? But then that's another mind shift, you know? So it's like, oh, this is right on point. I really appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I read it, sister. And you said something, and I always tell people When it deals with the matters of our heart, we
I
can't
just
think our
went
way.
down a whole fucking rabbit hole.
We can't think our way into the matters of the heart. There is no thought that dwells there, and that's why the crown chakra is unstructured. So a lot of times that emotional place, there is no words to define it or describe it. Now the mind is just left to wonder. That is the ultimate place of the heart being the master. When the heart becomes the master, the mind becomes the slave, right? So it is a very powerful transformation, a very powerful transition, sister. So gratitude for you. Appreciate you.
I got
What's up?
something to say.
What's going on, beloved?
Peace, peace. I just went down a whole rabbit hole, but sacral chakra is so deep that the boundaries. And when I look at boundaries, I look at the word bond because you're looking to bind something in, but also go ahead and release it. I be tangling up words. But I went down a rabbit hole. It makes so much sense. So when I open up my heart, that's why I started having stuff with my throat too, because I began to open up my heart. It's kind of like that Yolanda Adams song.
Mm-hmm.
So then the Libra in the first house is Pluto. I have a stellium in it. The lymphatic system, that's what Libra. The kidneys, Libra. It's crazy. No wonder I'm going through what I was going through. This is crazy. Then with the Pluto, man, this is crazy. And I forgot what else you said. I was writing it down and I was journaling at the same time doing something else. But yeah, that was it. Because I've been having like stuff with like my thyroid. So divine. So it just everything just made sense. Like, and you notice from Sunday to today how my voice sounded more better. Like, oh, like you said. And it's so divine. Like you didn't even know, but I did. I shared it, but I didn't go into depth. But like, yeah, that's the energy I've been in, wanting to like speak up and clear stuff out because I know the only way to really cleanse it is spiritually. Like I have to do this, but I can definitely tell that my lymphatic system needs drained. So I've been brushing. Um, what else I've been doing? Brushing, fasting, drinking tea, grounding, laying in the sun for 3 hours at a time. I look baked right now. And man, it's a little job, but yeah. What do you feel about it? And I do know one thing. I am going to book in a session with you, cause yeah, got me a number. Yeah.
Nah, I love it, especially with the stellium in the first house and everything. Because I know you were in the last one, right? So yeah, all of that activity and with everything that you're doing, remember, it's like you're going through a whole identity change. It's like a rebirth for you, like for real, for real. And who was that? Love, you say, what somebody put some flaxseed in the chat? Let me see. You say spoonful of flaxseed oil for the thyroid. Oh yeah, that will help out. That flaxseed oil will help out for the thyroid. So some
With
flaxseed.
okra, right? Because I
Hmm.
got some flaxseed and okra. I'm supposed to make some flaxseed and okra,
Yeah,
but
that'll
I've
be
been
good. Cause the okra is good for the mucous membrane. So,
okay. I'm on the right track. Okay, cool.
mhm. But also there's a herb that I've been working with. Are you dealing with any heart palpitations or anything? Are you dealing with any heart palpitations, beauty?
I said you on the money. I know you intuitive, like you going around. Yeah, it just started today. They talking to you. Let me mute up and let you go.
There's a herb called buggerweed. Check that out. Get it as a tincture. All right. And hit me up. I got a I got some herbs I've been putting together for that. So I have a whole regimen I've been working with for those heart palpitations.
What's the name of that
Okay.
again?
I'm a
Buggerweed. Buggerweed is the name of the herb. Be very mindful with that herb. Do some research on that herb. Um, it has a few
Spell
side
it for me,
effects.
Sensei.
Bugleweed. Buggerweed.
Yeah.
and I definitely want to. Yeah, I definitely gonna hit you up tomorrow. I definitely want to kick it because I like just from like studying herbs for the past couple of years and took a couple courses. Israel, he used to be on Clubhouse. I worked with him, but I've been doing that poke
Yeah.
root. Like I want to poke root, castor oil. I've been doing that and gargling, drinking that.
Mm-hmm.
What else I've been doing? All the mushrooms, shaga, mastaki, like all like a whole bunch of mushroom tincture with some soursop. I've been drinking that, man, and
No, that's
eating
what's up.
tofu.
That
Huh?
poke root, That poke root is very strong. So
It is. It is.
yeah, that one is be mindful with the poke root.
Okay.
You want to do like 7 to 10 days on, and then 7 to 10 days off. Like you don't want to
Oh,
go, you
okay.
don't want to go too
Right.
hard on it. Too, you know what I'm saying? So be mindful with that one, and especially depends on what form you're taking in the root or a tincture.
It's a tincture. I know. I heard
Yeah,
my spirit team tell me that like last time I did it like a couple weeks ago. I was like, all right, now wait a little while. And then I got a tincture blend with another set of mushrooms as well. So I just been teed over here. I'm like, oh gosh. And it's like the thyroid, and it's crazy because my niece, she got the same thing of going back and forth. And her birthday, her sun sign's a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. So like everything you talked about was me. I just was like, since they talk your stuff. So now I'm gonna kick it like the sun sign, I'm a Cancer. I can go down. And then my Vedic chart astrology, my seventh house, you was talking about that. Libra in my seventh house over there in Indian astrology. And I ain't
yeah.
got Rahu, Cantu, none of them. Oh, man, I'm gonna hang up. Let me go ahead.
I already, beloved, appreciate you. I'm glad you got some clarity. You also know, hit me up if you got some more questions. All right.
Boss lady, can
Definitely
I ask
will
you a
tomorrow.
question? Boss lady, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I heard you say you're doing a sour sop. Are you making it as a tea? And if you are, how do you mixing yours up?
Yeah, I do it as a tea. I got a tea kettle, and the soursop leaves, I just go ahead, I boil them into the water, and I let it sit because I know the longer you let it sit, the more stronger and potent it is. And then another thing is too, I would advise if you can, don't eat no food. Like if you can go and let it hit all your cells. But again, I ain't no guru, I'm still a student teacher. But yeah, that's what I do. Like when I do my teas, I just go ahead and fast. I don't even eat no food because I want to hit every lymphatic system, every cells in my body because I don't want no food to stop anything. And if I feel I have to eat, I would go ahead and put a green leafy juice together, and I'll go ahead and do that.
How many leaves are you using?
Honestly, depending on how my body is feeling, intuitively when I do, shout out to Sensei Virgo 12th house, he said intuitively I'm good in the kitchen with herbs. Intuitively, I go off my intuition, depending on my body. If my body tells me I need like so many leaves, I 5, 10. If it's like a quick rising, go off your body. Go and tap into your higher self, your intuitively, and see. Like right now, you like, should I do more? Should I do less? Do more, do more, do more. You've been in your head trying to go back and forth to more or less. So go ahead with the more. Whatever, if you feel like it's 10, nothing is too much or too big when you're healing your body. So go with the amount your mind told you. Yeah, that's what you was doing. My bad. Whoever
So
you are.
would you drink that tea all day, or you just do like 3 cups
Oh
a day?
yeah. Oh yeah, I do it. I do it all day. I drink it all day. All day, all day. Like that's why I'm drinking all day because the thing is I'm looking to filtrate my kidneys. Libra.
Oh wow.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Clean out my lymphatic system, Libra. So that sour sauce is gonna have you run into the bathroom. Use in the bathroom a lot, and that's what you want to do. You want to get your kidneys going.
And my
But yeah.
kidney hurt on the right side.
But I'm gonna give you energy back. I'm gonna call back my power in my bag. I must be in your energy. I'm so sorry, Denise.
No,
But
you good.
I
No, you
say.
good. That was beautiful. Gratitude for that, because yeah, the
Appreciate
sour
it.
sop, 3 to 5 leaves and about 16 to 24 ounces of water. Just depends on how strong you want to make it. 10 leaves. I mean, too much sour sop ain't a such thing because sour sop is so good with the body. So that soursop is more so of a superfood than it is an actual herb. But because of its cancer killing properties, it is considered a herb, and it is a very powerful goddamn fruit within itself. So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with some good soursop. And also boiling it and steeping it is one of the best ways to consume it, especially if you boil it in some distilled or spring water. All right. So use some distilled or some spring water. I would suggest that you use that for any of your herbs, especially if you use distilled water, because it's actually just going to allow the herbs to kind of combine with the water. So using distilled and spring water actually adds to the structure of the water when you're using them herbs. So gratitude for that, beauty. Now, who else was that had a question? Was that
Sensei,
you,
I just
Rabin?
want to give you gratitude, bro. You know
Oh,
what it
Stat,
is,
what's up,
Sensei.
baby?
You know we locked in. You
Yes,
know what it
sir.
is. Listen, at the end of the day, anytime I come around and I listen to Sensei, I learn more. Maybe you may have had a question. Maybe you was doubting something inside. But when you come here, you listen to Sensei, you be, damn, that's that confirmation. Or damn, he said, So Sensei, you know what it is, man. Big 7 in the building. I got you. Let's get it, bro.
You better goddamn know it, man. Y'all say what's up to goddamn Stack Pack in the motherfucking beating, man. Stacktober, his birthday coming up. Big Libra energy. All right.
I
My
got
brother.
16 more days. Sensei, 16. I'm going up, 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 up.
Oh, yes, sir. God damn it. So y'all already know we will be having a third eye workshop coming up. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We're gonna tap in the third eye workshop. All right. Now, was that? What was that? Who was that? You Revenge? They had a question. Revenge, you still there? If you're trying to talk, you on mute, Revenge. Let me see if I see you. Oh yeah, there you go. Did you still have a question, Revenge, or you good? All right.
She put it in the chat, brother.
Okay. Hold on, let me see her. What's the same one? Okay, next question after her, please. How does a person identify when they're shifting and able to know when the foundation is grounded? You won't know it, you'll feel it. All right. It just goes back to the Cancer energy. Like you won't actually know it, you'll feel it. When you're no longer dysregulated, when the old things that used to trigger you no longer trigger you, when you're in a place to be aware of what is triggering you, when you're on a state of gaining those realizations along the way, that is the journey to you being grounded. The groundedness is always in response to the bullshit. It ain't never in the fact that the bullshit ain't gonna come. It's always in how you respond to it. So when your response is not of something of anger, of disdain, of what you don't like, when your reaction is not caught up in that and you respond and you be like, all right, it's cool. I ain't even tripping. It is what it is till it ain't what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? When your response is of intelligence and it's not of your own traumas and shit, you will know when you're grounded. And you will know when you're on the path to being that way. The power is the key is not to be on a goddamn seesaw level. All right. You don't want to be on a seesaw battle with that because that's that conflict that a lot of people never come out of. That up and down journey of being caught up in my thoughts and my emotion, what I think and what I feel. So when you're no longer in that corruption and your emotions are no longer taking control of what you know you want to do, and the heart is saying this is what this is, fuck what they feel about it. Yeah. So how you know when you I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna leave you with this part. How you know when you grounded is when you no longer want to get on the ride. When you stop getting on the ride, I'm good. I ain't gotta go there no more. So you know you grounded when you no longer need to get the goddamn thrill. Okay. All right. So I hope they help you out a little. Anybody else got any questions?
What cancer placement was that? And it's so divine. Earlier when you were speaking, I was saying to myself, all thoughts are intangible. I'm about to mute.
You better goddamn know it. Because thoughts are swift, they agile. But if we hold on to them, we feed it with an emotion. This becomes a reaction that becomes compulsive. So we can lose ourselves so quickly in those moments. Shit can happen so quick. So yeah. Anybody else?
Yes, Sensei. I want to say gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
Peace, beloved.
I kept hearing in all of it, the common denominator that I kept hearing was Libra.
Mayat.
I'm like, if you can, when the confusion comes, rest in Libra, right? I mean, that's better than being in the seesaw, right? Just rest in the Libra and breathe, right? Then And this is just a perfect time today to not, with the new moon being there, to set your stake in your heart and let that be the lowest you'll ever go.
That was deep.
Right here in this moment, in this time, what we've heard from Sensei all night, if you just put a stake in your heart right now, you should never get below that. And it's always towards the light, because you never want that feeling of ever having confusion, frustration, and suffering and lack, right? Because you found it right at this new moon. So what feels good without you thinking about it?
Oh, hold on, my nigga. That was some wisdom right there. She said what feels good without you having to think about it. Boy, if you didn't just solve the whole Mars square, the South Node, you just spoke to what people need to learn from the square with a Mars and Cancer, how you feel, versus you trying to balance all that shit out because you start thinking about the shit.
Non-verbal. Stop being verbal in your head. Be non-verbal. When you learn how to be non-verbal all the time, what you talking about?
Silence is golden. That's what you talking about.
I'm done.
You better drop the mic, goddamn it. You better pop your shit, my nigga. Good one. Love that. That was beautiful. That silence becomes golden. Because this is when I just said, she just spoke to the epitome when I said, you don't always have to speak these boundaries. I'm gonna tell you how dynamic it was and how it is for everyone on the road to you changing your evolution, your healing. People will stop calling you. They'll be like, I know you over there on your little healing stuff. I know you might be over there burning your sage. I know might be over there doing yoga, meditating, and you all vegan now, and they outside and doing all this shit, right? Trying to act like they talking about you, but guess what? Your boundaries setting themselves. They don't even know how to approach this part of you no more. You ain't got to say a goddamn word. All you did was just show up. Just keep being you. Keep being you. Let them talk. Let them think. Let your mind wander. Let your mind do whatever the hell it's going to do. You were always in a place to be present to make a choice on how you want to respond to that shit. That was beautiful.
Different. I said, well, good or bad? I don't know.
So gratitude to you, my nigga, for that one. Anybody else?
Hey, Sensei.
What's up with it?
It's Rod Star. What's up, good brother?
Rizal, Stizar in the building. What it do, brother?
All right. I'm over here in contemplation. A wise one once told me as I was just, sitting with her, and I think somebody's mic is on.
No, I got it. You good.
And she was like, Rob, you might have to do the opposite of what you're seeing other people do on their healing journey, because you're a little bit upside down in it. You came into spirituality from this place of like real, genuine experience, right? Through my church background. And I look at my, I'm a Leo, but I have a Scorpio moon, and then I also have a Scorpio rising. And so I'm looking at this head heart thing, and I'm listening at what you're saying, and even all the different shares, right? And I'm wondering to myself because Anita, I talked to her too, and you see how deep she went with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she was breaking down like, yo, Rob, this is really like you learning to trust your mind and actually allow your mind to do the work that your environment was not able to support.
Mm.
because they didn't know, you know what I mean? Like it was like your conversation, you wasn't trying to be spicy, but it's like you was going deep mentally. The questions were off-putting to the environment. You know, it was like, and so am I reading this right based off of what I'm saying? Or if I'm not, where are some places where I could really sit with that and unfold that in my chart based on where we are, especially since there is this Libra time enough for like head heart coherence. You know me, I'm over here on my formulas and my frameworks. I'm trying to crack the code. I'm trying to unlock myself, push the buttons, push all the buttons.
So where you need to look in your chart, basically, right?
I mean,
You said some good shit.
Am I thinking this? Am I thinking right? Just with the top three, placements. Is there some validity to my train of thought, or should I go in a different direction? Or you see what I'm saying?
No, I overstand you, bro. I hear you. I hear you with both ears and my heart, baby. You understand? Like the depths of what you asking me, it kind of goes into what my Neil said, right? Now watch this. What's your North Node, Rob? You know your North Node?
North Node's Leo.
Right? Now, and you are Leo, right? Now, it's like you coming back as a Leo, but still having to go into the Leo things. This is very what you just said about the mental part, because now you want to go into your Mercury years, the first 13 years of your life. All right. You want to check your Mercury sign, throw chakra shit. All right.
Wait,
You want to see
excuse
where
me.
is your
Wait, Sensei, I'm sorry.
Wait,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Virgo. Yeah, I was gonna
Yes,
say.
I made a mistake. We Virgo. We did that both at the same time.
what? Virgo?
North Node is in Leo. I mean, sorry, North Node is in Virgo. Excuse me.
What is it? It's in the fifth house or something? Do you know
Virgo
what
in
house
the
it is?
ninth.
The ninth house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just you coming out of all right. That's when you got that going on with a North Node in Virgo, it's still going, especially with the ninth house. This is all about your higher self. This is all about you becoming your own guru. Now, with your South Node being in Pisces and the Gemini shit, that means that the mundane is not where you're gonna find your purpose in this life. It's gonna be abroad. It's gonna be beyond. It's gonna be beyond the scope of what you gathered from those childhood experiences, belief systems and shit. South Node and Pisces in the third house. How you think about yourself through the scope of religion versus how you think about yourself through the scope of spirituality. The South Node is still a power for you, because now you got the power of spirituality, you got the power of your mind to take with you into the North Node in Virgo. But the North Node in Virgo will be saying, well, all the details of what you think you know about life, that shit ain't gonna matter where we going. What you're gonna need to be rooted in as a Leo is your courage that you got in your heart by saying, what is it that I desire to experience here with a Scorpio moon? What is it that I'm looking for? Not at the surface, but at the core, right? Because at the core, I'm searching transformation. I want to get into the deeper aspects of something, but I have to go experience it. I can't mentally project myself into some shit because I know how to do it. Because I feel like I can experience it just based off me gathering the information. South Node Gemini. Sagittarius saying, I mean, I'm suffering. You ain't took the trip. You ain't did the shit. You ain't went and got your elbows dirty. You ain't done none of that because you believe you got it all figured out. Right? And that's why the North Node can be like, well, it don't take away from the fact that everything that you ever learned, now you got a set of skills. Now you know how to be that surgeon, that Virgo. You can be the magician. You understand the details, right? If I go out of town or if I go meet somebody, I'll go into a different culture. I have gathered enough information where I know where I'm at. I know my surroundings. I know what's going on here. I can operate in that knowing, but that don't mean I'm still not present for the experience of what the fuck is going on. I still gotta let it play out because I'm learning more about myself as I go. So this is like the matters of the heart, right? The desires of Scorpio could be a deep desire to connect with something because the moon is there, you know what I'm saying? The mama and all that shit, right? Mercury, you know, how I want to express, how I want to think, how I want to look at this, how I want to perceive it. And the North Node is saying, okay, none of that shit ain't gonna matter to the fact that this is still Sagittarian shit. This is still you learning how to dispel your own darkness. This is still you learning the power of what you can teach. This is the teacher, and it could be a teacher of a lot of shit, but it's gonna be a teacher of what you gathered, right? With that South Node in Gemini and Pisces. What experiences in the mundane have you brought together that you can say is a direct reflection of the spiritual power that you have? Like, because every job, everything, every book, every YouTube, every goddamn relationship, everything you ever gathered, every Bible scripture, all of that shit is added to your repertoire. So when you get into certain places and certain things, you know how to adapt, you know how to adjust. Gemini is always going to be on your side. You know how to make it all make sense. Virgo is saying, just give me more details. Then I get it. You get what I'm saying? Now I understand what I need to see. Because at the end of the day, Sagittarius saying shit, but what this shit for me, for me? I want to get on my motorcycle and go do my own motherfucking thing and take me some own trips so I can put my own sauce on some shit. That's Virgo. Virgo like shit. I want to do some grand shit. I want to do some classes. I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's why Virgo always analyzing people. That's why Virgo seem jealous a lot. Because they analyzing. But what's at the core of what they analyzing, they knowing how to put their own shit together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. It can be a lot of you having the courage to do the shit that you've been wanting to do your whole goddamn life. Now it's like, what's stopping you? And the only thing that could be stopping you is your thought process around the shit. That's it. Sagittarius saying you stop thinking about it, you ain't gonna have no time. The vision, the fit is gone. Boom, take off. You know what I'm talking about? You might have to take that plane, you might have to take that trip. Yeah, damn it, you might have to reach it. You might have to reach it by aeroplane. Cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't
Nah,
care how you get here, just get here if you can. Like that's your destiny. I don't care how you get here, nigga. Just get here if you can. You know what I'm saying?
nah, that's okay, okay. I feel like I'm getting there. And what you're saying is resonating. Even the Sagittarius in the first. My Neptune. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for.
Already, brother. Anybody else got any questions before I let y'all go? Okay. Well, all right, beautiful souls. Gratitude for all y'all time, your energy. You will get the recording as always. Yes, if you didn't get the PDF, you will be able to get it. All right. After it's over, it'll probably get sent out with the recording. Okay. And also this recording will be on my YouTube channel as well. All right. And I put my Cash App in the chat, Cash App Sensei9. If anybody wants to send me any donations, any love, I'm receiving it. I receive it. I receive it. All right. Also, if you're interested in a reading or a consultation, let me know that you were in here tonight and I will give you a discount if you are interested. You never got a reading from me. Herbal consultations, whatever the case may be, I have all of that. Mentorships, whatever you're into, your spiritual needs, all that good stuff. I'm here for that. And if I cannot help you, I will direct you to somebody who can. And mainly, I'm going to direct you back to your goddamn self. You're the only person that can really help you. I'm just here to show you how. All right. So once again, gratitude to you all. And don't forget, if you want to push the replays, make sure you hit me up. The replays, I've been doing these workshops all the way up from the root chakra. And now we're on the third eye. All right. So the third eye will be the next workshop. It will be happening during the next full moon. Okay. So the next full moon, look for that. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So in the next 2 weeks, we'll be on the third eye. All right. So I know that's gonna be deep. I gotta do a free one on the third eye. I'm gonna do the free one before the paid one on the third eye because that one's gonna be deep. I know everybody wanna know how to access the third eye. Stacks and I will have a third eye room on Clubhouse under the 7th round medias. All right.
Oh
So make
yeah.
sure
Oh yeah, Sensei. We going up with that. Third eye
you
room going down. We're gonna probably do it, Sensei. You just let me know either this week or next week, but we'll go in the community and do a room with Brother Sensei, and he'll be able to do his divine selections and get it together. So appreciate you, brother. Always. Since 17 going down this month, huh?
Yes, sir. You better goddamn know. We're gonna turn up, man. Ain't no telling what me and Stack might get together and bring to the people for his birthday. So I know we're gonna figure out something with that big Libra energy, man. There's gonna be some reciprocity going on. Y'all can believe that. All right. So once again, make sure y'all share the link. All right. If y'all think somebody could benefit from this video or the PDF, feel free to share it. Okay. Also go and visit Divine Selections, go visit the website, all right, all that good stuff. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you get on the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. I will be doing some things on YouTube more as well. I'll be using social media more. People like, I need to see more of me. But y'all can see I like to do exclusive shit. Because a bunch of what we need is one-on-one. Y'all got a bunch of people out here trying to get 1 million people to like them. Y'all know I don't give a damn about none of that shit, right? But at the end of the day, the message just needs to be heard. And to me, I know it works. And I got a lot of beautiful souls that have benefited from what I do and who I am. So I appreciate you all as always for y'all time, y'all energy, y'all support. I promise I love you all to life. Without y'all, it won't be no me. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, right? So gratitude, beautiful souls. See
Wait,
you all
wait,
next time.
wait. Did I miss
What's
the
up, Denise?
meditation before you started?
Huh?
Was it a meditation?
You say what?
Did I miss the meditation before when you did your entrance? Because I've been getting it for
I
like
didn't
7.
do one.
Oh my goodness.
So what you want? All right, that's Denise done.
Go
She
and
done.
take us out like we would do it at church. Go on and get us out. Go on and get us some
Look.
meditation up out of here.
That part, yeah. So say, come on, let's go. Remember you said breath work? Come on, let's go breathe.
All right, we'll do some prayer work before I let y'all go. All right, and for the people who will watch this video in the future, all right, the breath work is very indicative to keeping the nervous system calm. I love to say when you heal in 4 different dimensions. Okay, you heal mind, body, soul. All right, all that good stuff. Okay, but what happens is our healing is very, very indicative of how we grow and how we evolve emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. All right. So I'm just going to show you some breathing techniques. You know what? What I'm going to do is give a nostril breathing technique. All right. So I give a nostril breathing technique. Now, give me 1 second.
Sensei, you want me to play one of my tuning forks?
Oh, yeah, that'll be perfect.
All right.
Hopefully, it should be able to come through. I know sometimes the tuning forks, especially on
What I'm talking about. I like that.
quick. Okay.
I'll hit it again.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you. I do a slight nostril breathing. First, I'm gonna have you. We'll do some throat chakra. So I have you hold a mudra for the throat chakra. And also we're gonna do some nostril left and right nostril breathing. Okay. Now, what I love to do is a simple body scan. All right. And we love to relax the body. Okay. And this might help y'all sleep for people who have trouble sleeping. It's help you out a lot. So I'm gonna have you create some tension in each area of your body, starting from your feet all the way up to your crown. All right. So we'll create tension in certain areas of the body. I'm gonna have you breathe in through your nose. All right. Slow breath in through your nose, slow breath out through the mouth. Okay. And when you breathe in through your nose, I want you to turn your palms up so you can relax your palms on your knees. But when you take the deep breath in, turn the palms up. And if you do that now, just put your palms on your knees, take a deep breath in, out, and then if you turn the palms up and do the same thing, in, out, you will feel the difference. But the palms up is more air flowing into your pathways down our ears with your palms down. All right. So those are simple head movements I always like to give out. All right. Now, palms down. You want to relax the body, relax the shoulders, relax the chest. Make sure your chest is upright, your back is upright, the neck is upright. Posture is very key to breathing. All right. So when you take a deep breath in through your nose, remember to turn the palms up. Deep breath in through the nose, turn the palms up. I want you to bring some tension to your feet. Tighten up those feet, tighten up those toes. Slow breath in, out through the mouth, slowly. Relax the feet. When you're relaxing that breath and pushing it out through the mouth, really push your stomach into your back. Exhale nice and slow and deep. Nice exhalation. That is very good for activating the vagus nerve, okay? Now, in through the nose, palms up, tighten up the calves. Tighten up those calf muscles, slow breath in. Palms down, release the calves. Palms up, in through the nose, tighten up those thighs, those quads. All right, tighten up those quads, tighten up those quad muscles. Out through the mouth, palms down. Relax the quads, relax the thighs. All right. Now, in through the nose, tighten up the gluteus maximus, tighten up them butt cheeks, tighten them up, tighten them up. Lift yourself up out the chair. You'll feel it lifting up, tighten them up. Palms down, relax the buttocks. Relax them cheeks. Relax that booty. Now, in through the nose, let's tighten up the stomach. Palms up, slow breath. Let's tighten up the stomach. Give me some abs. Create a six-pack for me. Tighten it up, tighten it up. Out through the mouth. Relax the stomach, relax the abs. Slow breath out. Control the breath going out slow through the mouth. In through the nose. Let's tighten up the chest, tighten up those pecs. Palms up, slow breath in. Out through the mouth, open up the chest. Open up the chest like a curl, bro. Pop it out. Open up that heart chakra. Right. In through the nose. One more time. Tighten up the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up. Let's hike them up, hike them up. Bring some tension to the shoulders. Out through the mouth. Roll the shoulders back. Good job, good job. You're in control of this body. In through the nose, palms up. Let's tighten up the neck. Expand the neck, expand it. Hold that for a second. The throat chakra. Out through the mouth, palms down. Slow breath out. Good job. Now in through the nose, let's tighten up the forehead, the cheeks, the face. Tighten up that face for me. Out through the mouth, palms down, relax the face. Relax the jaws, relax the forehead. Relax the neck. Relax the shoulders. Relax the chest. Relax the stomach. Relax the thighs, the buttocks, the calves, your toes, the feet. Your body's relaxed. All right. You're in a good state. Now, I want you to put your hands like so. All right. Simple throat chakra mantra, mudra. So interlace your fingers like so. Turn them back and make your two thumbs touch right at the fingertips. So it should look like that. All right. So right at the fingertips. All right. Just make them touch just enough so I can put if I was to walk by, I want to be able to slide a piece of paper in your hands, all right? Right through your thumbs, okay? We're doing that. Now, we're going to go through the hum mantra, H-A-M, hum. I want you to sound out the hum like a H-A-U-M. Hum, H-A-U-M. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We go in through the nose, we come out, we're coming out with a hum, all right? Now ready? Relax the body, relax the hands, the mudras in the center of your lap, right outside of your stomach. Just let your hands be free, not a lot of tension there, just relax. And as you breathe in through the nose, out with your mouth with the hum, I want you to release whatever tension, whatever you feel like came up tonight, connected to your throat chakra, what it is you need to release. All right. You ready? Okay. All right. Beauty, you can do the sounds if you want to now as well. All right. So y'all ready? In through the nose, slow breath in. We're going to do this for a count of 5. 5 breaths in, hold for 5, release for 7. In for 5, hold for 5, release for 7. All right. In slowly for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Whatever you need to release from the throat chakra, you're about to release it with the hum. Out of your mouth with the hum. Let's do that 4 more times. In for 5, hold for 5, out for 7 with the hum. In through your nose. You trust your voice. Your voice is your power. You are your voice. Whatever needs to be released from the matters of your heart so your voice can be free. Let it out with the hum. All right. In through the nose, slowly. Imagine the happiest time in your childhood. Imagine a time when you were free to speak your voice, to say how you felt. You still have that power. Out through the mouth with the hum. In through the nose slowly. I want you to imagine the color of the indigo blue illuminating from your throat. Imagine this color lighting up your body, filling up your body. You are free to speak your mind. Your voice matters. Your feelings matter. You are not your mind. You are not your body. Out with the hum. One more time. I want you to really let out whatever needs to be expressed. Feel that hum right in your throat. Feel the vibration right in your voice box, right in the thorax, the pharynx, the larynx. In through the nose, slowly. You're safe to speak. You're safe to express yourself. You only have one voice. Use it. Out with the hum. All right. Palms together in the center of your chest, right in the middle. I just want you to think about the happiest time in your life. Think about something that makes you smile. Think about something that makes you happy. Think about something that makes you feel good. Think about something you love, someone you love. Just hold that energy. Feel that love permeating through you. It is yours to harness. Love is yours to express. It is yours to become. You are love. You are life. You are not your mind. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not an accumulation of what you gathered in this life. You are life. Smile knowing you are life. Give me a smile. Feel the power of life flowing through you energetically. That is you. Take a deep breath in, slowly through your nose. Breathe in that life. Breathe out gratitude. Do that 2 more times. Breathe in life. Slow breath in. Breathe out gratitude. One more time. Breathe in life in through your nose. Breathe out gratitude. You are life. You are love. Be grateful. Be thankful. Live your life, beautiful souls. Gratitude for all of your time, your energy. May you rest well. See you all next time. Peace.